I'm Gale Cooper. I've drawn on centuries of unicorn mythology to craft a modern fairy tale of innocence, lost and regained in love's eternal cycle, for my book titled One Unicorn, which I wrote and illustrated for middle grade children's age level to adult age level. I also designed my One Unicorn book to be a beautiful keepsake for oneself or a gift. Oversized, with its cover illustrated to mimic antique embossed leather, its pages are tinted like old parchment, with writing suggesting an old, illuminated manuscript. The book is filled with my lush, full-color pictures, bringing to life the story. Unicorns, as magically powerful creatures, appear in ancient Greek writings, in the Judeo-Christian Bible, for example in the book of Job, as will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, and in heraldry. Most famous are medieval images, especially in tapestries, depicting a pure maiden luring the unicorn for hunters, inspiring the ancient audience with overtones of holy martyrdom. 7 such tapestries are in the Cloisters collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan, New York. Another 6 tapestries are in the Musée des Cluny in Paris, France. Here's a preview of One Unicorn. Motherless Princess Alicia was cocooned in her loving father's decree to spare her pain, fear, or sadness, and to fill her life with toys, pets, teachers, musicians, magicians, perfume, and laughter. Her innocence was complete, but in the tradition of generations of his family, the king had to go at the appointed time to receive his birthright, the mystical prophecy of what was to come as accorded by his rights and wrongs. As the king walked the hidden path to a secret clearing, he thought,
"Surely I have no wrongdoings at all."
In the clearing, he witnessed the spirit dance. At its end, he heard the spirit crone recite,
"Father of darkness, mother of light, give this king his birth-given right."
She whispered to him his rewards for goodness, which he had expected, but she surprised him with a wrongdoing. It had to do with Princess Alicia. In not allowing Princess Alicia to feel pain, he had kept her from life's fullness and made her a prisoner of innocence. The spirit crone declared,
"So her heart will be broken at a tender age. So, in the midst of happiness, she will always remember pain."
The next day, Princess Alicia was mysteriously drawn to the forest and to a barely visible path. In the clearing, she found a perfect flower. Reaching to pick it, and never having heard of thorns, she was startled by a painful prick. A drop of her blood fell into the flower's dewdrop, which magically swelled to contain a milk-white baby unicorn, which then nestled peacefully in her lap. Back in the castle, Alicia saw its tapestries with new eyes. Now she saw that unicorns were hunted, and she heard the king's huntsman saying that selling the horn or the hide of a unicorn made one rich, and a cup made from unicorn horn made poison harmless. But unicorns were too dangerous to hunt and impossible to find since they lived deep in forests. But since the hunters, like everybody else, were ordered by the king never to distress Princess Alicia, they kept secret that a unicorn could be trapped by an innocent maiden, because its love of her purity left it powerless to resist even the threat of death. All that spring, Princess Alicia would secretly go to the forest to be with her unicorn, now grown big enough to ride. On the first day of summer, with his head resting on her lap, the unicorn said,
"Your innocence is my lifeblood. Sadness, sadness, heartfelt pain, if all that love would be in vain, for if you ever speak a lie, then, my friend, I will die."
And the laughing princess said he would live forever, since she would never lie to him. On autumn's first day, the king summoned Princess Alicia. He told her that the parents of young and noble Prince Nicholas had asked for her hand in marriage, but Alicia had no interest in princes or marriage. In autumn's first frost, a caravan came in Prince Nicholas's name, bearing jewels and golden ribbons, but Princess Alicia took them to the forest and braided them in her unicorn's mane, thinking nothing of the prince. In winter, Prince Nicholas arrived on a horse red as blood. He was delighted when he saw Princess Alicia, and her heart opened also as they gazed into each other's eyes, and she forgot her unicorn. When she did return to the forest, she truthfully admitted to the unicorn that joy made her days slip away, and she had forgotten to keep their meetings, and he knew it was the truth. But he repeated,
"If you ever tell a lie, then, my friend, I will die."
Back with Prince Nicholas, Princess Alicia listened to his tales of savage dragons and heroes who slew them, and imagined him as a brave knight also. And she remembered her unicorn, but chose to stay with the prince. When she returned to the forest and found the unicorn alone in the clearing, she said she had forgotten their meetings as before, but she felt shame at her lie. The unicorn said too softly for her to hear,
"You do not speak the truth. Your innocence has ended."
The unicorn knew it marked his time to die, and he followed her to the edge of the forest, where the huntsmen's spears waited. Princess Alicia heard their baying hounds and ran back to the fallen unicorn. Dying, he forgave her. But when the huntsmen gathered to claim their prize, a rainbow mist swirled, leaving only dewdrops glistening with the princess's tears and blood of the hunt. On the first day of summer, Princess Alicia wed Prince Nicholas, and at the forest's edge, where her unicorn had disappeared in the rainbow-swirling mist, Princess Alicia saw a bush covered with milk-white and blood-red blossoms. She stopped the wedding procession and added one red and one white blossom to her bridal bouquet, and she ordered that the bush be replanted in the castle's courtyard. Soon a daughter was born to Princess Alicia and Prince Nicholas. After 7 years, and on one spring night, when the wind blew the fragrance of the milk-white and blood-red blossoms to Queen Alicia from the castle's courtyard, she felt pain mingled with her happiness. She thought,
"Innocence ended with my lie, but our magic stays until I die."
And in her own chamber, her daughter smelled the fragrant white and red blossoms through the window and dreamed of a milk-white creature with a golden spiraling horn. He whispered,
"Soon, I will be your unicorn."